Hello, welcome to Sterling Armory's Sword Talk. This is, I don't even remember what episode it is. An episode. It is an episode number. So today's Sword Talk should be a lot of fun. We have a special guest today, which is going to be great. And if you're new to Sword Talk, we here at Sterling Armory are just a bunch of nerds who like to drink mead and make blades. And the idea behind the Sword Talk is a podcast format that we talk about all things sword related, from fantasy and fiction, which is kind of what we're going to deal with today, to realistic martial arts and all sorts of HEMA equipment and how we make blades, everything. So everything sword related we talk about. So hopefully one of these sword talks or all of them is of interest to you. So before we get started, let's bring everybody on. And we'll do some quick introductions because last time I forgot to introduce people. So let's start. We have our four crew today. We're missing Brandon and Chet today, but they say hi. So let's start. Colton, quick introduction.
I'm Colton, Copperthorn Customs. Just like making blades. Been doing it for a while. Getting a lot better now that I've met these guys. It's fantastic. That's me.
He was always good.
Yeah.
Josh?
I'm Josh, Warbear. I'm just a giant nerd who plays video games, takes on a lot of creative contracting endeavors, and in my, I guess, it's weird, right? Like, is it a hobby or is it part-time? My other part-time of my life is just spent in the garage grinding and doing leather work and drawing stuff.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, part-time, right? I should probably start saying that.
I mean, they're kind of both full-time at this point.
Yeah, that's true.
Fair enough.
Both full-time jobs.
Yep. Thomas?
So I'm Thomas. I don't have any kind of social media presence, but just been doing this for a while. Found Chris, started working with him, and love making the swords. So it's my part-time hobby job thing that I do. Like everyone else here, complete nerd. I do the books and stuff. I'm definitely looking forward to today's conversation for sure.
Awesome.
Yep. And then I'm Chris. I started Sterling Armory, I don't know, 20 years ago, I think. Always a different number there. So somewhere around 20-ish.
Picture Sicily, 1952.
So yeah, sword maker, aerospace engineer, love drinking mead. That's about it. So yeah, our topic today was came to us from Colton, and before we get to that, kind of the reason why we started this whole channel is I was inspired by a couple channels that I watched, including one that our special guest today has on her own. So if we can bring in Sam. So this is Sam. Sam, you want to do a quick introduction?
Yeah, so I'm Sam, and I guess the only real noteworthy thing about me is my YouTube channel, my podcast. That's how I met Chris. He has been a very loyal subscriber, and I appreciate that very much because you can check out my channel. My subscriber base is quite small.
Hey, so are we. We're all growing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so my channel is about different fantasy and fiction series. My biggest thing right now is my podcast on the Witcher books. So if you like The Witcher, you'll probably find something that you like on my channel. So feel free to check that out. Sam Fiction and Fantasy Fun. And
then you also do podcasts on Spotify and...
Yeah. Thank you for reminding me. I almost forgot about that.
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, Spotify and Apple Podcasts. It's all under the same name, Sam Fiction and Fantasy Fun.
So yeah, Sam Fiction and Fantasy Fun. We're trying to figure out how to take these to Apple Podcasts and Spotify as well. So I might ask you for some help on that.
Oh yeah, offline I could definitely help you out with that.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, and just as a note too, we'll make sure to have Sam's channel linked in the description below too for people to check out.
Yeah, so if you want to, everyone watching, if you want to catch her channel, she's currently going through the Witcher book series. So every Saturday when I get up to start working in the garage, I actually put it on as I'm working on blades. I'm listening to the Witcher channel stuff. So
I appreciate
it's great.
that.
Yeah, it's awesome. And so our topic today, and one of the reasons we brought Sam on today, and thanks again. Sam is our second special guest. We had Matt Jensen on, and then now we're lucky enough to get Sam. So this is awesome. So Colton's topic is more character-driven today. So you want to give us actually, I'm still missing my order here. Before we go to the topic, what are we drinking?
What are we drinking?
Yeah, I keep forgetting that order.
We're drinking on the topic.
So, Josh, your bottom left, go ahead and start with what are you drinking?
I am drinking pomegranate wine. I don't know who it's by, Matthew Edwards or some such crazy nonsense. I know I look like I should be chugging a beer and pissing whiskey, but I love sweet drinks. They're so good.
They are.
And that's it. That's what I'm drinking today.
Sam?
Boring. I've got a water bottle.
Yeah.
And that's it. I was telling Chris that if I'm only ever drinking water or coffee, it's rare that I drink alcohol. So, I'm the boring one.
Coffee actually sounds quite good right now.
Yep, coffee would be good.
I had a long day at work.
Coffee would be great right now.
I agree.
Actually, we'll get to Thomas in a sec. Are you drinking Mr. Black, by any chance?
I'm drinking a Yes, that's actually what I was going to say. I might as well just do me then, because I'm drinking my coffee right now. So
it's alcoholic coffee though. It's very good.
Oh yeah, it's
Colton, sorry to skip you there.
Yeah, I've got a Hive Winery mead
you got
today.
it. Yay, you have a mead.
Yeah.
I got a mead today. I went out of my way. It's like
So
I
we were
gotta
over
have
the other
one.
day. Do we have any of that? Did we drink all the mead that we brought over?
Yes.
Oh, it's all gone.
Yes.
That was gone in the first 30
very,
minutes.
very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
was it a winter jack situation?
Well, so here's the
Yes.
problem.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Bottles have gone. I haven't even had any yet, and it's just one cup, so it goes fast.
yeah.
It's delicious.
So Sam, you'll like this. So we did a Monty Python and Willow marathon over at Colton's place, and so we did that while going through some mead, and then I'm drinking our sponsor again. Man, you can't even see.
Oh
it.
God.
Cameras. Everyone's
Anyways.
cameras is trying to...
Sterling Wines. I wish they were a sponsor. So if you guys are watching, Sterling Wines, feel free to sponsor our tiny little channel. This is.
I thought you were serious at first. I was like, "How'd you get a sponsor?"
Yeah.
Wow.
Exciting.
Yeah.
But it's a Sterling cab. It's great. So Josh, I'm doing fruity today too. And
Nice.
hopefully we'll get a sponsor one day. I mean, actually, this wine's almost gone.
Another.
This was full about an hour ago. So
That explains the order of operations.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and also drinking out of my fancy wine.
Tumbler.
So, on to our topic of today. Colton, go ahead.
Okay, so kind of a loose topic of I just said everybody nominate your best or favorite, who you think is the best, because this is a very hairy subject, sword fighter. So we're all just gonna bring somebody to the table. We'll talk about them, kind of
Fictional sword fighter.
Sorry,
Right.
thank you.
Yeah.
Fictional video games, movies, comics, anything fictional, doesn't matter.
And there's some.
Yep, there's a couple stipulations. No magic to be involved. No throwing fireballs, whatever curses, none of that. However, character abilities can stay in.
Yes.
So,
thanks, Colton.
right?
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
I kind of think it has to be that way, right? Because it.
So wait, what are we qualifying as character ability?
Okay.
Let's time out for a second.
Yeah.
For the audience watching, we're about to get super nerdy.
Super nerdy.
There's going to be a lot of actually.
Yeah.
Actually.
So, and also we kind of drew the line on we couldn't do Star Wars characters because lightsabers, and that kind of makes things very unfair.
Right.
So we didn't do any Star Wars characters, or else I would have picked, a Jedi.
Sure.
But yeah.
Just
Yeah,
a
just
Jedi,
Force-
not like any
just a-
specific one.
Yeah. Lightsabers.
Some guy in
Lightsabers
the
are already
background
kind of
that's like,
cheating. Does the Force count as magic
An
though?
ability, yeah. I think
Or
I would
is it a
definitely fall
character
under
ability?
magic.
Well, okay, so this is a good example. I would probably include like jumping tall, like jumping a long distance or moving quickly as like
Character
okay.
ability.
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
can't like
sure.
throw somebody with the force, you know? Like I don't know where these lines are gonna end.
What
up
if it's
for-
Professor X
We're
with
just making up
25
lines.
swords and he's using his mind to fight? I want to change my answer now that I've
Too
said
late.
that.
because
Done.
Yeah.
I don't think that will
Images
work.
are already
He's
made.
got to be
Yeah.
able to hold sword in his
Professor
hand.
X just like, oh, you're screwed now. I've got 50 swords with my mind.
Well,
Okay, you're
or
done.
we'll take it Magneto when he pulls all the guns out. He'll just do that with swords.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Same thing. That doesn't count.
No. All right.
Okay.
So, if I remember how to
Ooh.
get the list, so I think Colton.
I've just got these
What are those?
Lord Jagadises.
What are those?
Gummies.
I don't know. I don't speak Swedish.
Gummies.
Viking ship-shaped sour gummy with cola flavor.
Ooh.
Viking ship shaped. What?
Oh,
Thank you, sweetheart.
You're welcome.
Damn you,
Just
Amazon. Yeah.
Felt already
Just
was
I
alive.
look back and it's my girlfriend, but she's basically you in a wig.
Meanwhile,
Wait,
your
hey.
actual girlfriend is here on camera on my spot.
Right.
Thomas.
I'm like, I knew it the whole time.
Wait,
Wait, how do I do this? I'm gonna hand it to you. Here,
Yeah.
take
Wait.
it.
Oh, there it is.
Take
I don't
it.
think I can. I
Oh,
got it.
Oh,
There we-
oh, look at that. We just
Oh, yeah,
done.
we totally did it.
Done.
Oh,
That
it
was
terrible.
seamless.
Damn, you have to put up
Everybody
Maag,
listening, you
They're
couldn't
gonna be
even
wondering
tell.
the editing magic that was involved in that one.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so
ready to get started?
Warbear gets
Colton's
most
up first.
obnoxious bag ever.
Yeah.
oh, so
Yeah.
sour.
I thought they were
Yeah.
cola flavored, not sour flavored.
It's sour cola
Sour
flavor.
cola.
What on earth?
Yeah. Oh God.
I
Bad
was
or
just
bad.
excited about the Viking
bad.
ships. I don't think
They're
I
really sour.
care what they taste like if they're Viking ships.
All right, I see the topics changed. That's a penis.
Amazing. Okay.
Josh would like it a lot better.
That's why it's so delicious.
That's why it's so sour.
Oh, it is sour. It's got a
Okay.
tear coming out of my eye there.
Wow.
Course correction. Course
Course
correction.
never
correction.
gonna
Okay. Okay.
Course correct. Course
All right,
correct.
Bring me my picture.
I'm trying. Oh, there we go.
Aha. Okay.
Nice.
Oh,
That was well done.
Fantastic. My pick, Geralt from The Witcher. And now this is fantastic, Sam. So you can expand and help me in my argument. And
Wait, we're getting
hopefully
double teamed here. Hold on.
yeah.
Yeah,
Cheating.
No. This
Cheating.
is
Right
fantastic.
away
I thought-
cheating.
I thought Sam was gonna pick Geralt, so I didn't. So,
Oh well,
but
spoilers.
luckily,
We didn't
yeah.
know. Maybe she had picked. We don't know that yet.
Oh yeah,
Come on.
true. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, so that actually makes me nervous. That since Chris just said that it's not Geralt, and she is expert on Witcher. Okay, so apparently I'm gonna lose here. I don't
That'll
know,
learn you.
there's no winning and losing.
There's
Anyway,
no winning
we're
and
all
losing.
I'll just say that. Okay, obviously he's freaking awesome. He is. I thought I knew how old he was. I have lost it. How old is he? Anybody know?
I think he's.
100.
They don't have an exact age. He's over
Okay.
200 though.
Okay,
Oh, he's
over two.
200? Well, it depends.
I think that
I always
What-
thought somewhere, but this is a huge range. I always thought somewhere between 1 and 200, but I mean,
Okay.
after
So-
100, does it really even matter how old? you are?
Yeah, well, and it depends. Like, which storyline are you following?
Yeah,
In which
are you going
part
all the
of
way
the
to Witcher
story?
3?
Right.
Yeah.
Witcher 3, he's got to be older, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, he's old. So he's got lots and lots of practice. Trained by fantastic swordsmen from a very young age. He's got enhanced abilities, strength, can see really well, hearing really well, all sorts of really cool stuff. So that would be my nomination. I'm not actually sure how far we're going to go into this.
Oh, you got to go far into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
No.
I need
Well,
to
my
know
question.
the details book by book.
I can't do that.
I can do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sam, would you like to take mine over, please?
No.
We're just gonna have Sam do
Cheating.
all of
It'd be
ours.
amazing. No. She'd do a way better job than I ever could. So I have read the books. This has been a while, and I listened to them at work, so I'm not like super versed in them. Played the games, watched the series, obviously. I just think he's awesome. So I was just like, Geralt.
Question
Yes.
for you. Can he use his elixirs, or is that off limits?
I was gonna ask you guys because it's like
It's your topic.
it's my
It is your
topic.
topic.
It's my
It
topic.
does change how my answer goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
But-
I don't know. Do potions are potions considered more alchemy, and is that still magic? You know.
I guess the question is more of the broader, like, are outside tools acceptable
Mhm.
to be used?
Well, I mean, he has a sword. That's an outside tool.
Right. But like that's
Fair
the point.
Fair point.
Okay, but
Well, then.
I was leaning towards he cannot use them.
That's what I was thinking.
Right? Like it feels like it's in the realm of magic abilities, and
It's like cheating during any fight.
it's kind of like cheating, like during any
But-
fight.
But
I'm trying to
But-
remember.
yeah,
Right, well, also an ordinary person can't take the elixirs; it would kill them. So
It's true.
that's an
Yeah.
extra advantage.
Yeah, I'm trying to think in the books after the first 2 books. Once you get into the
I-
main storyline, does he? Ever,
I would say he could
Anything
use
more?
them. Yeah, I'd say he could use them. Wolverine has a healing factor that heals himself. That's not cheating. It's part of his ability.
But
Granted, it's natural,
yes,
but it still heals him. I'm trying to work
There
around the
doesn't-
whole
he
healing
doesn't-
thing.
it's part of his ability. It's not like he's drinking something, he's casting
Right.
a spell, anything of that nature.
So this actually falls into the Batman argument of like, do our choices have time to prepare for their selection? Because if they have time to prepare, then he should have the alchemy potions. If he doesn't have
Does
time to
Batman get to use his utility belt?
Yeah.
prepare...
Like, this is gonna take all night.
Oh my gosh!
Well,
Yeah.
look, it's been 45 minutes.
Okay, well, so
yeah, I did have. So Sam, after the first 2 books, does does Geralt ever take his elixirs again after that? I don't remember him ever doing it again.
Yes, actually, it
does?
was one
Okay.
of the. You know what? I don't. Now that I think about it, I don't remember if I
Because he
covered
didn't
that
before he fought, before he got his butt kicked. He did.
Yeah. But there was a few chapters back in Blood of Elves where he took the elixir before he fought the Michelet brothers and
Oh yeah,
Ryans.
yeah. You're right.
Yeah, so he did take an elixir. They didn't say what it was called, but I
Hmm.
thought about it just now. It's like I don't think I actually even mentioned that in that episode of my podcast when I discussed that chapter. So
Yeah, but I think that's the only time, right?
yeah, I
don't-
can't remember
don't
anywhere
remember them
that's
anymore.
past where I'm at in my podcast because
Yeah, so usually
I
when
haven't
he-
read those chapters a million times yet.
okay.
Maybe I'm wrong, but usually when he's fighting other people, he usually doesn't take them.
Yeah, it's usually with
Yes.
when he's fighting monsters.
Right.
So here's a question.
Nope.
I haven't read the books. I've played the video games, and
Josh has
Watch
only
the
got
show.
into Witcher in the first place.
yeah, you got to play this game, dude. It's swords. Go to hell. Play this game. I don't know in the book if they describe too much, but do the elixirs taste like complete ass? Like, does he drink it and he's like, oh, the sting of goat urine stung my taste buds, like the kick of a minotaur, like weird stuff like that? Or is he like the fruity bouquet of this elixir? Do they taste delicious?
He never
Yeah.
goes into detail about the taste of it. It messes
Yeah.
him up
Shame.
though. Yeah, he
Shame.
definitely has to like come off of them. Like I don't know if it's like a
Sure.
withdrawal or but it's not like an easy thing. Like once he's taken the elixir, he's fought the monster.
Yeah,
Afterwards there's like a come down period where
sure.
I think he
Where the
feels like
effects have
shit.
to wear off.
Yeah.
I think they probably taste like ass then.
I would
That's
think
what my
so.
money is.
No, no,
to, right? They have
100%.
to. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't have a
They
strength
can't-
potion like this potion will increase your strength. Cool. How's it taste?
So,
Not great. Did you think it was gonna taste good and give you uber strength?
You get one or the
No.
other.
is it like some kind of hard liquor? And can you mix it with like a nice
That
little
could be.
fruity mixer and then shoot it, or does that not work?
Are there mixer potions?
Yeah, no. Like,
know,
can
yeah.
the Witchers go to a Witcher bar and get some nice fruity potions to go before battle? There you go. That's what I'd
This is
do.
gonna get.
I
This
can't
is gonna
see
get
Geralt
weird.
doing that.
No, he
And
does
then,
it weird. Down,
so I
gone,
I think
ready to go.
everyone knows in the video games that they do the cat eyes permanently in the video games, but in the
Yes.
books it's not permanent. And I think that's also brought on, like they're trained to like if they need to see in the dark, and maybe I'm remembering this wrong, but if they need to see in the dark, they can kind of force their eyes into that cat eye
They
shape.
squint
Is that
really
Yeah.
aggressively.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
was
it's like-
that one moment in the first book where that was mentioned, where Geralt was at the temple, and Mother Neneke walked in, and she opens the curtains, and then he had to he held his hand up to block the sun from hurting his eyes, but then he remembered oh wait, I don't have to do that, but it was just an impulse that he never lost after becoming a Witcher.
Interesting.
But yeah, he can change the way his eyes react, and I guess that has the cat look effect on
Okay.
yeah,
So you
on
can see in the
command.
dark. That's a good one. I'm trying to think of any other natural. So he is extra strong.
He's
Especially
extra
in
strong.
the show. So
Yeah.
in the show, his strength, it's a plot device, right? So it just changes however much it needs to be.
Sure.
He's basically Dark Aragorn, right?
Yeah, kinda.
In the sense that he's long life. He's been trained instead of elves. It was the Witchers or the Witcher sect. He's a badass swordsman that's been through it so much. He just knows what he's doing 100% of the time.
Right.
But I don't think Aragorn has any strength perks or whatever.
Right.
Not really. Not that I know of.
All right. Ready for the next one?
Wait, one more thing
Oh,
about
okay.
Geralt, because I don't think anybody mentioned the Witcher signs.
Oh yeah, the signs.
Bard,
Yeah.
Igni, Quen.
Yeah.
Again, though,
That is a very big point. Yeah.
I don't think those fall into.
I think
what
that's
we're
magic.
discussing here. That's magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's magic.
I just
yeah.
wanted it to at least be mentioned because
Yes.
I love
Yeah.
the Witcher signs.
Oh, yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's no way I wouldn't use them.
Uh-huh.
You know, if I was Witcher in a fight and you were like, you can't use magic, you'd be like, go to hell. I'm gonna do whatever I want.
Fireball in your
Blast with
face. How
fire.
about that?
Yeah.
Right.
No fire? Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
So next is hey, it's me.
Yep.
All right.
Nice.
So my two major arguments for Link are he's southpaw and he's got a shield.
Is he a southpaw?
Yeah, he's a left-handed fighter.
Not in
The
this
only
picture.
game.
Yeah, not
Not
in
in
that
this
picture.
picture. Yeah.
So that's the funny thing is you grab this picture and I saw it and I was like, he grabbed the one picture of him not as a southpaw.
You
I
should have
never
sent it to
realized-
me. I would have horizontaled it in Photoshop and sent it right back to you. I would have made it left-handed.
You probably
So
would
it-
have also just put your face on it. So yeah, no, if you look back to all the games,
Yeah, that's exactly what I would have done.
in Skyward
Twilight-
Sword, there was a big deal that he's right-handed because they made it for the Wii motion controls, so people could
Same with
actually
Twilight Princess, right?
right. Well, only the Wii version. In the
Okay,
the
that's
regular
the only
The
one
version,
little version. The
Yeah.
Wii version.
but yeah, no, Link. So Link is naturally a southpaw in all the other games outside of
I
that
never
one.
noticed that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
had no idea.
So and then obviously
And real quick, everyone here has played Zelda, right?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah. Just checking.
Not a lot.
I have not. However, I'd
Lies.
submit that being left-handed is magic because I'm right and I'm not
Yeah.
left-handed. It's a form of witchcraft. Everyone knows it. School marms in the 1700s knew.
Okay,
Yeah,
wait,
it's gonna be
wait,
fine.
Left-handed
wait,
is a
wait.
sign of the devil. Devil is witchcraft. I rest my case. Link is invalid.
Okay, but wait, you just verified left-handed is witchcraft, and that's not allowed.
Exactly.
Out.
That's
Right.
it.
He's out,
Yeah.
Thomas.
Oh,
You're
wow.
done.
Shit. All right. Well.
no.
All right. Moving on to the
That's
next
the
one.
rule.
Continue.
Now, when he's full of health, though, he can shoot laser swords out. So
That is
That's
the,
true.
The sword
Yeah,
is
right.
magic.
is that magic
Not
or is
him.
that?
Oh,
that's
loophole
another
factor.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Loophole.
And that's only if he's
okay.
using the Master Sword. So as
Have you
long
guys seen-
as he's not using the Master Sword, he's not using magic there.
Yeah.
But Link is just raw dog strong as shit.
Totally. Yeah. I've only
Twilight
played the
Princess-
Nintendo version, and I've never gotten the
Only-
impression from
only
playing
if
any
he
other
has the
game
bracelets
that
on.
Link couldn't beat your ass.
No, I mean, yes, he totally beat your ass, but no, Chris, if you go back to Twilight Princess, before he even gets the gauntlets, he's already yucking things that are just you or I would struggle to even pick up in the first place. He's like, that's cool. I'll just throw
Yeah.
it. It's fine.
So my favorite part of Link is actually from the College Humor Legend of Neil. If everyone's seen that.
Mhm.
Nope.
If you have not
You made
seen
me
that,
watch
Josh,
it.
I'm surprised you haven't seen this. Actually, Josh, didn't you show this to me?
You
Probably.
showed me Legend of Neil.
Yeah. So when the old man gives him the wood sword for the first time, he's like, "What the heck is this crap? It's a wood sword." And he's hitting. He's like, "What am I gonna do with this?" He's like, he starts yelling at him like, "Look at the craftsmanship of that. What do you mean? It shoots fucking lasers out of it." And he's like, "Oh shit, it does." Yeah, great scene. Yeah,
Awesome.
absolutely great scene.
Yeah.
So
But yeah,
So yeah,
you know,
I don't know what you do against laser swords.
Link has one of those like anime things going for him, where if you approach him during a fight, you'd be like, "Look how pretty that little nerd is," and then he'd just beat the shit out of you.
yeah, right.
You totally underestimate him right away. You're like, "Oh, his eyes are so feminine,"
He's got them
and then he
pointy
just
ears.
they shield bash you and then just pommel strike you, and you just die.
Yeah,
Right.
there you go.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Any other Link comments?
Oh, I think we'll keep that one short and
Is
sweet.
Link
compared to Geralt.
is Link elvish? Is he an elf?
Yeah, he's an
So it depends. This goes back again to the different games, but like Hylians. Yeah, all right. Says the nerd.
Says the nerd.
So Hylians in general are kind of like elf-ish, but like that's the closest you're gonna get. There's the obviously Link to the Past. I'm sorry. I blanked on the
The
name
coffee has emerged.
Which one?
Right. of it.
Link's Awakening, Link's to the Past.
Ocarina of Time. You know,
Ocarina.
like he's adopted into the Kokiri forest, so he's not actually a Kokiri, but they still show Hylian features. But like he is Hylian in all eras of the Zelda timeline.
Yeah, I thought they're not elves. I just assumed they were elves.
I'll have to dig into it. It sounds like a fascinating franchise. There just came this point in my history where it was either Sega or Nintendo, and
We
Blue
all hit that
Hedgehogs
point?
really triggered your furry life.
Yeah,
Everyone
man,
in their
it's-
late 30s,
you know,
early
you
40s
know.
at that same point. Yeah.
Earthworm Jim. It just Dreamcast. Nintendo never beckoned me after Super
Bugsy.
Nintendo N64. After N64, I gave up.
That's my
Rocket
favorite
Knight.
Zelda game, though. Is the
So,
one on the,
Yeah,
Never played it.
on the one on Super
N64.
Nintendo?
yeah, I've not
Link
played
to the
that.
Past?
Wait,
Link to the Past is my favorite one too.
That's my favorite.
Mhm.
Sam, did you play any? I noticed you're a little quiet. So, did you play any
It's
Zelda
like,
games?
oh wow, this is that video game stuff.
Yeah.
I played Breath of the Wild, and I know when I was young, I watched my brother play Zelda a little bit. I don't even remember which one it was, but yeah, the only one I've ever actually played myself was Breath of the Wild.
I have not played that, but I heard it's quite
Breath of the
fun.
Wild is definitely one of the best. It's also got a lot of deep lore into it that like you could spend hours just on the lore, like Dark Souls style, which is crazy.
We
Now
shall
I've
not
got
mention Dark Souls. We
Now
won't mention
Warbear's like, wait,
Souls.
what?
No, PTSD.
Breath of the Wild is the one that I've played the most of as well, and not a ton, honestly. But that's same. I didn't play a lot of the old ones. Just newer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was the only Zelda game I ever played, but it became one of my top favorite video games that I've ever played.
Yeah, most
Does anybody remember the Link in the '90s where it was Captain N, the Game Master,
Oh,
and
yes.
Link was like 6'3" and brunette,
Yeah.
and he was worried about
It's me, princess.
Captain. Yes. He was worried about Captain N moving on a Princess Zelda who looked
Yep.
nothing like Princess
Oh,
Zelda.
and he's also on Smash Brothers. Can't forget that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
All right,
of course.
right.
Yeah, Smash Brothers.
I think my first foray into Zelda was the, of course, gold cartridge NES game, and I played that
Right.
religiously, like because it was the only game I had on NES for a bit. But then I started doing like Nintendo Power, and they had the Link comics in them, and I was just destroyed by how cool those were.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I just never got into the gimmicky video games later on.
The
Yeah,
gimmicky
good times.
video games.
All I know is I played Dark Souls once, and it sucked. I played Dark Souls, and the first 5 minutes, I tripped over a frog and exploded, and it said you died.
Accurate.
And I tried again, and then a gust of wind hit me, and you died.
So you're like Hector in that game?
Yeah, and then the next time I died of dysentery. Just
Are you
know,
talking about the
walking.
Oregon Trail?
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, it was Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dark
It's
Souls,
hard-
Oregon
they're
Trail.
so similar.
Yeah.
There's
Same.
Yes,
Yeah.
that would be an amazing crossover.
Same thing.
patches is in both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello,
Play that.
Tarnished. Trying to get to the Mississippi, are we? Okay. Cool.
That's a comic.
Nope.
That's a comic you need to do.
You've lost all your oxen. That sucks. You have to fight a troll 4 times bigger than you.
Awesome.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I would love
All right.
that.
You were gonna go to your topic actually.
Next. Oh god,
Spoilers!
Oh, you ruined everything. Spoilers. You got to quit drinking an hour before the show.
That
Chris.
wasn't me.
Getting out of
That
hand.
wasn't me.
Oh, Thomas,
Yeah,
why'd
no.
you do this to Chris?
That's Chris's drinking is affecting me.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, Nightcrawler. Here we go.
I
So,
totally forgot about Nightcrawler, by the way.
yeah, everybody does, and that's his lead-in. He's the most stealthy mofo in the Marvel universe. His indigo blue fleur absorbs shadows and diffuses light. So in dark shadow, he becomes virtually invisible. He also could wield 2 swords and another sword with his prehensile tail. So it's like fighting 3 guys at once. And if that's not bad enough, he's got heightened reflexes. I say heightened. He's just super powered in the way of extra muscle groups, extra ligaments and tendons. So he's extra floppy, extra flexible, extra backflippy and tumbly and all that good stuff. And then he can teleport, which to me it is a mutant ability. It's not magic. So all of you, back off.
Before you even start,
I don't think Geralt. I think Geralt could still see him.
I was just gonna ask that. Will Geralt see Nightcrawler in the shadows?
Yeah,
It's a
absolutely.
good question.
Let's consult the D&D book to see how dark vision works.
Can I roll for initiative? Can you calculate
Yes.
that really quick?
Yeah, what'd you roll?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Leroy Jenkins.
What's the number?
Yeah, so Nightcrawler, I think would I've had a tough go of this. Originally, I was like Ryu Hayabusa. Wait, we're not doing video games, but he's pretty badass too. But yeah, Nightcrawler, I think is my pick. He's the underdog. He's always been my favorite Marvel character, and I've always kind of modeled my adventurous, creative life after him because he's a little Cyrano, a little musketeerish. Yeah, he's a charming man devil that can disappear and gut you with 3 swords, and I think that's pretty charming.
Yeah, I mean,
Intimidating. I was trying to say intimidating. I was trying to say
No.
intimidating.
Wait, your true feelings came out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I gotta lay down.
Yeah.
But I think we all had a couple choices, right? That we were fighting.
Oh yeah,
between.
so many choices.
Yeah, absolutely.
I actually
I-
had Colton's other
I'm-
choice in here an hour ago.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
I'm
you had
wishy-washy.
Achilles. Yeah.
I didn't have Achilles.
I didn't want to fill the choices with book choices, so I definitely didn't go with my first. My first choice would have been a different book character, but I figured Geralt was going to be in it, and the fact that we weren't all sure about it, I decided to go with Link instead. So yeah,
Okay.
Would have been Wheel of Time.
it would have been Wheel of Time. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, I was expecting that, and he said Link, and I was like, huh, okay.
Because no, definitely. I was like, but
Oh, Sam, have you
So-
done? Totally sidetracking. Have you done Wheel of Time?
Mm-mm. I'm not.
So that might be a next good series for you.
all of our pre-conversation of when you were talking about like the Witcher show versus the book is like I was like, sounds like you're talking about the Wheel of Time show.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I gotta check that out.
Yeah.
It was.
Don't check the show. Read
We can't go into how Wheel of Time was or what we thought of it. We'll need another show.
That's another episode.
Another
Hold on,
show.
hold on.
I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm going
We'll come
back
back.
to Nightcrawler.
Yeah, Wheel of
Yeah.
Nightcrawler.
Yeah, you can't
Wheel
fight
of
someone that can
Nightcrawler.
teleport. That's why I like him.
Josh.
Time.
Josh.
Yeah. The thing about Nightcrawler is when he teleports, it smells like ass. So that's going to throw you off to begin with.
Yeah.
And if he does teleport to stab you, it's going to smell like ass right after. And you're like, not only did he kill me, he farted on me. That sucks. It's just,
Okay,
sorry, Colton, what were you saying? Yep.
Again, I am so basic. And Marvel is not really my thing. I did not know Nightcrawler was really like a sword wheeler
Yeah.
show.
Yes.
Wielder. I didn't.
Yeah.
Because like I've seen X-Men movies. Doesn't seem
Yeah.
like he has a sword in that. I've never read any
Yeah.
comics, and I
You
know
can't.
no
You can't go off of
backstory.
X-Men movies.
Okay,
They've never
okay.
nailed Nightcrawler at all.
So,
yeah, Nightcrawler
what
started
kinda-
life as a circus performer. He actually,
Yeah.
started off as a trapeze artist and an acrobat, and he was in love with Errol Flynn. And he emulated a lot of his life off of Errol Flynn and a lot of the old Musketeer movies, Cyrano movies. So he was a swashbuckler by nature.
Okay.
And that's anytime you see him in any kind of one-off series he's on a pirate ship and he has a hat on, a big hat on, and a saber or a cutlass. He's a true comic character in all senses of the word.
what you're saying is that I would really like him, and I need to go
Yeah.
read some about him. Like this sounds awesome. I had no idea.
Next time you come over, I've got a lot of every Nightcrawler trade paperback there is, and I'll
Okay.
let you borrow some.
Awesome.
He's an interesting character to read. Not even just talking about sword stuff, but he grew up looking like the devil, and was often persecuted by people. And he's still like a jovial person and very religious later on. He was a devout Catholic and a priest, though he looked like the devil. So yeah,
what kind of?
We could do another episode where I'll just talk cutlass. He uses cutlasses mostly.
And
does he wield 3?
Cutlass and rapier. Yeah, you see here in the picture how he has 3 batons.
Yeah.
Most of the images where he grabs a sword, he grabs 2 swords or a sword in each hand, and then a third in his tail. He could fight because his feet are prehensile, like this. So he could fight with his feet if he needed to. Yeah, he's crazy. Nightcrawler he's basically a swashbuckling ninja.
Okay, so I mean, like that's a good pick.
Yeah,
3 swords, teleportation, very well hidden. Extremely
he's very
strong.
quiet. He's very quiet. He sticks to walls. He can climb up walls. I think it was explained as his mutant ability is whatever molecules in his body that you're made up of are reverse charged because of where his lineage comes from. So they create a bonding effect, like heavy static with this dimension's molecules, so he can grab onto them and stick to them and climb where he wants to.
It really sucks when he tries to give you a hug.
Sure.
Yeah, he just doesn't let go.
Rip
And if he
your
tries to
skin
give you a
off.
massage, it's like a pterodactyl landed on you.
Okay. Well, that is a very respectable pick.
Yeah.
So I love
You're right,
the-
Colton, and I appreciate you for saying that.
Yeah,
You're right.
I love the so X2's intro.
All of you other doubters.
I haven't even said anything yet.
But
Yeah, you should have. You
Well,
should have
say
been the one to
something.
say it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So Wheel of Time.
Right away with Wheel of Time.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was impeccable timing.
So the intro to X2 was awesome.
Oh,
Probably
yeah.
the best X-Men scene. But I wish it would have.
Yes.
He would have had swords with him. That's the only.
Oh,
thing
that
was
yeah.
missing.
Yeah, if he had swords with him, I don't think Nightcrawler was written well for so far any of the Marvel properties
No.
at all. There's a really sweet scene in the X-Men. What's it called? X-Men. It's a video game that came out. It's a strategy. It's just strategy one. Not Next Dimension, the fighting game. Either way, it was an X-Men one. And there's a scene where he's breaking into Doctor Doom's castle, and he's using sabers or cutlasses or rapiers against Doombots and just destroying them. And I'll send you the link. We'll nerd out about it. I just got goosebumps
Awesome.
underneath my shirt just thinking about that scene. So yeah,
Fantastic.
Good stuff.
No, I'm very
right.
happy to learn more about him. That's awesome.
For sure.
We will jump to mine.
Aha!
oh,
So
the
no surprise.
honor
to
must
anyone
wow, no
who knows.
surprise at all.
So I have
I
some
was surprised. Were
caveats,
you
and
surprised?
again, apologies. I am about to go super nerdy. So a lot of folks who know me might be like, Connor, I thought you picked Duncan. So Connor McLeod, but only the first movie and the first movie's novelization. Because for some reason, after the first movie and its novelization, they changed how immortals are for the TV show, for everything else. Duncan's a better character, but in terms of this particular topic, it'd have to be Connor. So if you go back and watch the first movie, the initial concept and ideas behind the immortals, one, Geralt's not really old. Geralt's a baby compared to Connor.
Right.
Connor's 600 and something years old or something like that. He's been sword fighting his entire life, and for somehow that sword has lasted 500 years and never.
Oh, that's
It's
got
because
damaged.
it was folded 200 times.
No.
They didn't start making swords like that. And it's like finding a 747
Yeah.
200 years before the Wright brothers flip. Yeah, I've seen
All
the
right,
movie
Brandon.
way too many times too.
Yeah. All right. So in the movie, his original idea, the guy who wrote it, was that immortals were on different levels on everything. They were far stronger, far faster. And in the movie, you can see glimpses of it. So like when the Kurgan stabs the guy and lifts him up on his sword with one arm, obviously no human could do that. And then when
Clancy Brown.
Whatever.
Clancy
Come
Brown
on.
could have done that.
And then when he's arrested and he's going through that interrogation, that cop starts being an asshole to him, and he just gives him a nudge, and the guy goes flying across the room. It was like a subtle hint of like, hey, this dude is not a normal person. But and then they also went to the fact where he can actually read minds. He can actually understand what's happening, like with life all around him, with the whole deer scene. But then after the first movie, they dropped all of that. so in the rest of the Highlander franchise, immortals were just normal people who happened to live long. But that's not how it was in the first movie, which is why I'm saying Connor McLeod only in the first movie. So he's super strong, super fast. And when he gets cut, by the way, it's not supposed to be that painful initially. Now, again, the rest of the season on, if he gets hurt or cut or whatever, he can actually, the immortals later on die, and then they just come back a little bit later. That wasn't how it was in the first movie. In the first movie, you don't die. You just don't. So unless your head's cut off, yeah, you can get your arm cut off, whatever. You're just going to look at it like Monty Python and be like, just a flesh wound.
Wound.
Yeah, keep going.
Well, that was unfortunate. Anyways.
Yep.
Connor McLeod as a fighter scares the hell out of me, and the same reason that Aragorn or Geralt would, but on a very far spectrum. Seeing as how Connor is, 700 years old, hundreds of years old. He's learned and seen basically everything there is to know about sword fighting. So everything he does is reaction, is fluid instinct and reaction. There's nothing that his body or mind already hasn't synced hand-eye coordination wise that he wouldn't already be doing without thinking. So it'd be really hard to fight him,
Yep.
Yeah.
Unless you're Brenda, then it's different.
So
yeah, he had a weakness for the women folk. That's true.
Yep.
Unless he was a shit sword fighter. Can you imagine being an immortal and just never practicing? And he's just like, I can't die. Eventually, I'm just going to get you. But I guess if you're fighting other immortals, because you can only get better fighting people better than you. And that only happens if you fight way better people, which necessarily aren't always immortals. And then we know how that kind of stuff goes with the fight on Boston Commons.
Yeah.
With Bassett.
Best one ever.
He fought that guy for 16 hours.
Yeah, that's a great example of he's getting run through and he just doesn't care.
Right. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
This is bringing me to a weird tangent of Wolverine beats Nightcrawler, right?
So,
sorry,
do you want
Chris.
me to answer that? I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to hijack Chris's. I could go on.
Sorry, go back.
No,
Wolverine and Nightcrawler do have a friendly game of tag all the time. Kurt Wagner is one of, if not Wolverine's best friend. They've been together since classic X-Men forever ago, but they've always played tag where Nightcrawler will teleport around him and just punch the shit out of him and keep going in circles like that until Wolverine gets a fix on his location or just gets lucky and grabs him. Right. So they go back and forth with who would actually win in a fight. Everyone knows Wolverine kills or everything that's ever touched it. You touched him. The only way I think Nightcrawler would win this is if Wolverine were taken unawares. There's one fight where Nightcrawler had where he fought Deadpool and he teleported on top of Deadpool, grabbed his head, and teleported his entire head into the Antarctic and dropped it, and then teleported back. And that was it. He was done. It's cheating. It's a cheap way to win a fight. But if he grabbed Wolverine and teleported him, if he got the jump on him and teleported him to the middle of the ocean, Wolverine's adamantium skeleton would drop him to the bottom and he'd drown. And there's no healing factor for drowning. He would just die or be in some kind of suspended animation until someone brought him out and he hacked up water. That was my nerd player, Chris.
I'm sorry,
no,
Chris.
No, you're good.
I totally hijacked that.
Go back. It's kind of the same thing. So that was my only point is so if you go back and watch Highlander now, keep an eye out for those little glimpses of immortals being very different in that first movie compared to anything else later, especially compared to the second movie.
Did you know in Highlander 1 where they do the stunts where Clancy Brown does stab the guy and lift him up? During that stunt, he wasn't supposed to stab the guy or lift him up. He just did it. Yeah. And they had to throw away that stunt guy. That's movie trivia. Warbear movie trivia.
Just throw him away. What are we at?
The director was like, keep rolling. They're like, what do we want to
Yeah.
do? Call an ambulance? He's like, no, keep rolling. We almost got this. And the guy's just dead on the end of a sword. Clancy Brown's like,
Please.
method acting, am I right?
Right. So if you ever go back and or read the novelization, which I don't think anybody would, but if you did, they really go into that, how like Connors has to hold back in everything he does, or else he'll give it away that he's like super strong for everybody else. So yeah,
It's interesting. I never even thought of that he would have like heightened abilities of any kind of just, being a normal person for all eternity.
Huh.
yeah, I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I'm sad they didn't keep it going, especially the whole concept of them being able just to go into other people's minds and understand what's
Sure.
happening and knowing someone's emotions.
Well, and
You know,
so
they
right,
just drop it. Yeah.
right there, does that not make you like one of the best sword fighters ever? If you can just basically go into their mind and can he anticipate what's happening? Kind of like the feeling of what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no clue. But if you can somewhat feel people's emotions and anticipations, maybe, then you'd be ready for it, right?
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah, and that was a big part of it was supposed to be a big part of the first movie, and again they dropped it. But
I mean, again, that's a good pick. It's a good.
it kind of
pick.
makes them almost like a Jedi-ish, kind of.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was leaning. Like,
Not
is he
to that
kind
level,
of a Jedi?
Not to
If
that.
he could
Premonition.
kind of-
Like
Yeah.
a premonition sense, a sixth sense of
Right.
some kind.
So
Yeah.
little stronger, little faster, sixth sense, if you will,
Immortal,
and
as you do.
so he's Yoda. Is 700 years old. I don't know how old. I've already forgot how old.
No,
he is.
that's Christopher Lambert, not Yoda. He's
Damn, does he have long pointy green ears in that picture?
I
Or is
could
that
Photoshop
the
it. I'll Photoshop
No,
it.
do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
All right, and on to our last one. So
Yep.
Sam's pick.
Oh,
I still need to watch
Oh, Last
I haven't
Kingdom.
watched this yet.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
So
I was
she's also
gonna.
doing- Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you guys because I know Chris, you said that you haven't gotten into the Last Kingdom yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna binge that entire
Someday.
show though.
Do
Yeah.
it.
But I wanted
good.
to ask you guys if you were familiar with it.
Yeah,
I've seen the first episode, and I got so many requests to do a sword with like the amber pommel that I just didn't watch the show anymore.
Sick of it.
That's hard to do. We would rather
Yeah.
not do that.
Rather not.
Sorry.
Not that
Yeah.
it isn't cool though.
Yeah.
I had fun the first episode. It
That
was
is
a
hard
fun
to
show.
Yeah. Sam.
I'll watch more.
Yeah, me and my wife have watched all of this 2, possibly 3 times all the way through. I do very much so enjoy this show. So
Nice.
good pick. Continue. Let's hear it.
Yeah, wait, what about you, Thomas?
I have not. I
Oh, okay.
don't watch anything.
I'll have him over at a number party and watch everything.
Nice.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about it though,
Mhm,
from a lot of my friends who watch things. They're like, "Thomas, you should totally watch this," which is the immediate way for me not to watch a thing. I'm apparently contrary, not on purpose. I just don't have the time.
Sure.
Yeah, it's understandable. Yeah, so Uhtred. So I have things to say about him from the book series and also from the TV show. I guess basically just the TV show. I mean, like you could just see how skilled he is with the sword, and his sword does look really cool with that amber on the end. In the books, though, there is no amber on his sword. That was just show canon. But in the books,
Continue.
in the books, yeah, he is telling the story. So he's basically the narrator. He's like going over the history of most of his life as a 60-something-year-old man, and it takes place in like the late 800s. So to live that long as a warrior too, most people die of disease really early on in life
Right.
during that time, but he was
Sure.
so talented that he was able to survive that long and also just happened to not ever get sick or die in any other crazy way. But he would describe the battles that he participated in, and he was in a lot of battles, almost like it was an art. And I thought that was really cool. Like, he would describe it, he would talk about what he would call the battle trance, or God, I can't think of what it was called. I was just thinking about it earlier too, and I forgot. I'll try to remember it. But
The
basically
Berserker Rage.
well, yeah, he would go into he would go into like a
much, yeah, it is.
meditative state, and it was almost like he didn't really even have to try that hard at that point. I don't know if that's a normal thing for somebody that would be in a battle where you're using swords, but I just thought that was really cool. I wish I could remember what it was called, but yeah, something similar to like battle trance. But yeah, so
Berserker
he's
Rage, pretty much it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sounds correct. We're gonna
Yeah.
go with that.
Yeah.
Historically, that is a historical.
I
theme.
feel like Batman's the opposite. You know what I mean? And he's always battle trance. He has to focus to get out of battle trance and into Bruce Wayne mode.
I remembered. He called it battle calm.
Battle calm.
Yeah.
That would
so
be
he-
useful.
That's
That would
like-
be super
that sounds
useful.
like
in
something the
battle.
military would name like a special like radar station.
Battlecom 1, Battlecom
Yeah.
3.
So
Yeah.
But yeah, so the way he talked about the whole battle calm thing, I thought was pretty neat because he wasn't scared anymore. Like the anxiety would totally leave him, and he's just cutting dudes down, and it's just not even difficult for him anymore. But yeah, so he's got 2 weapons. He's got the sword that you see in this picture, and that one is called Serpent's Breath, and then he's got a shorter blade. It's probably like I don't know, like a foot
yay
long.
big.
Yeah, yay big. And that one's called Wasp Sting.
Mm.
So I thought those sounded like good names, but I mean,
What-
I don't know how often or how normal that is for people to name their weapons. I know you guys would probably have a better idea of that than I
Colton-
would.
I mean,
I almost quoted the
Nightcrawler.
Hound and got us all kicked off the air.
So
Oh, I know what you.
Ooh.
I know what you.
Woohoo!
Yeah. But Tolkien myths, yeah, they name everything, right?
oh yeah.
So,
Yeah, totally.
So this guy is scrappy. Like he fights a lot of people, and he almost goes down quite a few times, but he always comes back for the win. So fantastic. Definitely. I mean, like, what are you gonna do when you're fighting a freaking Nightcrawler? I'm gonna go back to that. But if you're,
I'm glad
you're
you
gonna-
brought that up, Colton, because Uhtred has definitely fought Nightcrawler in Uncanny X-Men number 673.
He did, and he beat him. Take that. Discussion
I
over.
feel-
I remember that.
I feel dumb and I feel a little sad and nerdy because I'm like, we all picked like super amped, and
Yeah.
here she comes with like, here's a normal guy that can sword fight.
Oh yeah. No, like, but that's the thing.
Okay, I'm
So,
sorry. You're right.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like he's freaking
Yep.
awesome. Like
Yeah.
I love this show, and I've never read the books. I didn't even know they were books. So now apparently I have to go read that too, along with Warbear's Nightcrawler stuff.
yeah, how many books are in the series?
13.
Oh
Oh,
damn!
Big
Mm.
series. Yeah.
Are they big
All right.
books or little
No,
books?
they're like average.
Massive.
Have you already done
Okay.
a podcast on that book series?
No, you know what? I've
Looking forward
considered
to
it though. So
Hmm.
if I
Should
do
do.
that, yeah,
Yeah.
it would be after my Witcher. There's no way I could balance
Sure.
2
Oh yeah.
book
Sure,
podcasts
sure.
at once.
Oh,
but
gosh,
yeah,
I
I might do
understand
that in the future.
So-
So
Wouldn't be a
speaking
bad
of
idea.
which, I'm extremely excited to go listen to your Witcher podcast now. Like
Yeah, it's awesome.
this
For sure.
sounds super intriguing to me. I'm very excited about this. And if you did an Uhtred one as well, I would totally listen to that too. I'm very excited to go listen to all of your stuff now, honestly. But Uhtred, I don't know where I was going with that. My bottle is gone. I was
Mine
going
is-
somewhere.
That's it.
Nice.
It's gone.
I was
it's
going to
gone.
ask how much of Uhtred, because Uhtred, I was actually doing a little bit of research. He is a historical character, right? But the way the books and everything, they totally take it into fantasy. Is that right?
No, so it's not fantasy. It's but he is technically based off of a real person, but he is the whole story, I guess, or his whole background in the story is fictional, but there are some, I think it's like very minimal how much they pulled from the real Uhtred.
Right.
I looked into that before to
It's kind of like the Vikings show and how they
Right.
went with Bjorn and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
names names only. Everything else is kind of made up.
Right. Yeah.
Some
So there,
some stuff with Vikings.
yeah, there was some
some stuff
small
is
things that I know that the
huge.
show and the books pulled from the real Uhtred, but I don't know. I don't think it was very much though. I think it was just a little, tiny little bit.
Yeah.
Does it describe what his sword is or what it looks like in the books at all? I'm curious to see what they had him fight with.
No, you know what? If it did, I probably forgot right away.
Yeah, we'll
Fair
That's
enough.
the thing. If you guys read it, you would probably notice that immediately. But yeah, I can't remember. But I know that with his sword, the serpent's breath, and while he's telling the story as an old man, he still has that sword. He mentions that it's like very thin. I didn't even realize that that was a thing, but I guess after being sharpened for so many years and used and then sharpened, it's like an extremely thin blade after all those years.
So like a Viking rapier. Okay. You know.
Sure. Let's just roll with what Warbird says. Moving on.
Yeah. Yep. Viking hilt, 1-inch blade all the way up.
Josh,
that'd be
make
really
it.
interesting.
Yeah.
I'll do it. I'll make it. Why not?
Try to figure out that balance point, sir. Okay.
Not gonna work.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna say, Uhtred, I believe when he fights Appa.
Bubba?
What is Ubba?
Yeah.
God, in the
Ube,
movie, I've
Ube?
not read the books.
Appa is the flying creature from Avatar.
They're similar.
No, it's the monkey from Aladdin.
That's a boo.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I almost went with Avatar. With the sword fighter's name, I can't think of his name right now. Anyways, sorry, Avatar, different story.
The boulder?
Not the boulder. When Sokka learns sword fighting from his master, I can't think of the sword master. Anyways, back to Uhtred.
Forgot.
Okay, when he fights Abba, and he slices the back of the guy's ankles, and I'm just like, that is the most cringy, horrifying way to die in a fight. So he's like on the ground, taken out by some like big 6'6" Viking guy with an axe. And he just like slices across the back of his ankles, and you just
Achilles.
like see his tendons pull apart.
Oh
and the
yeah,
guy
they
just
zoom in on
falls
that
over,
shit.
and it's just like ah.
That'll be fun.
It's
That's
so,
awesome.
Yeah.
It is
That was
so
very hard
I'm
to
gonna start
watch.
this show tonight.
Yeah, I was
I'm
gonna
gonna
say,
try and binge it this
That's in
weekend.
the first season, so yeah, you could.
Yeah, no,
I didn't know they cut people's tendons in this show. That's
Are they
awesome.
doing one season per book? Is that how they're doing it?
Oh, how is that done? I'm gonna get all my wires crossed.
Or are they
with
completely
The
different
Witcher
from the
and the last.
Sure.
No,
I
we
think
get it.
it's
Yeah, as well.
Oh no, it's like 2 books per season or 2. Shit, I don't
That would make
remember.
sense. 'Cause they're probably not going to do 13 seasons, right?
Yeah, that's
Right,
a lot
yeah.
of
They
seasons.
just finished the show. The 5th and final season just came out, and I don't know if you knew this, Colton, as the one who's watched all of the show, that they're coming out with a movie. It's going to be like the final installment. Yeah, I don't think it's coming out until next year, but
Oh, that's awesome.
I know. So it's technically not over yet. I mean, it's just going to
Like
be
a
one
Netflix
movie.
Or-
Yeah, Netflix movie.
No, I'm super excited. This like like I said already, me and my wife love this show. We've watched it it's just great to turn on and watch it, and you get involved, and he's fantastic. He's a great character.
Oh,
and
I know. I love
a
Uhtred.
fantastic
He's so
sword
cool.
fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Did they explain the sword and the pommel and all that in the show?
Yeah,
Or why
so
it's-
it's in the show. Sam, I will defer to your knowledge here.
In the show, honestly, I don't remember. I mean, I've watched each episode
That's pretty
multiple times.
abnormal.
But
The pommel is obviously it's an amber. Oh my gosh, can't think of words.
It's the thing from Jurassic Park with a mosquito in it.
that's what I
Yeah,
was
no, they killed John
T-Rex
Hammond. No. The first episode, he kills John Hammond and he takes it from him, and it's amazing. Anyways,
Yeah.
I think it's Uhtred Hammond. Uhtred Hammond. This is
This is
Hammond's
pretty cool.
ancestor.
This is all actually just a really long form Jurassic.
of Jurassic Park. Yeah, I think so.
that would be amazing. No. It's the I
all
think
makes
it's
sense now.
whoever holds the the Amber is like the ruler of his castle and his land that he comes from in the movie. I'm pretty sure. So it's like it's passed down. So it's like that is his family heirloom, shall we say? And so he puts it into the pommel of his sword. It's an awesome little scene where he goes to the blacksmith and he's like, "Hey, make me a sword."
Oh, they show it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start watching this in about 20 minutes.
You know that blacksmith was so confused. He's like, are you sure?
He's not though. He's just like, oh yeah, no problem. I'll do that.
No problem. It's awesome.
Yeah.
He walks up, they haggle
I
a
got you, bro.
price. The guy's like, "Hey, I'll pay you." It's like, this is gonna be like 10 pieces of gold for this sword. And Uhtred's like, "I will pay you 8." And then he comes back and he's like, no. This is a really nice sword. I'll pay you 10. And so it's kind of character development. I don't know, whatever. Getting off on tangent here.
Yeah.
I really like Uhtred, is what I'm saying here. I'm really happy with your pick, Sam.
Thanks. Yeah, he's such
she
a
sent
cool
that.
guy.
She sent that, and I was like, "Oh, I was expecting Geralt." And but yeah, then
I
saw that.
considered Geralt. I definitely was thinking of Geralt as always thinking of The Witcher these days, but
yeah,
always thinking of Geralt.
No, it's a good different pick.
Geralt is always on my mind.
Yeah.
We should make a song.
Same.
So true.
So it sounds like they kind of. So I almost picked Maximus. And that's
right?
also that's also a historical figure that we only know in history for like a one blurb of a thing in some book.
Yeah.
And they exploded his character into a whole movie. So, but the only thing we know is his name. So
I almost picked He-Man because I love He-Man, and Chris was like, "I'm surprised you didn't pick He-Man."
Yeah, no,
and I had to think about it, and I was like, "Yeah, but," and then my reasoning was He-Man is magical. That's his whole thing is magic. He is magic.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's Prince Adam, and Prince Adam, as we all know, is as bad as useless as a butt plug in a graveyard.
Or as like about as useless.
What did you just say?
What? And then I didn't have time to think about
all
it.
All right, guys, everyone, thanks for coming today.
Good night, everybody.
All right.
So there can be only one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's nice. Oh, well done.
Okay.
I don't know if I like that picture you chose for Nightcrawler.
Yeah, no,
that's
I love
Nightcrawler
it. I love
it.
Is that dog the bounty hunter cosplaying Geralt?
No, that's you.
Nice. Yeah,
Okay.
it's my wig phase. Yeah.
In fact, I couldn't find many bad pictures of Uhtred. And
that's because he's hot.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good picture. It looks like a Tinder profile.
Right.
Like a medieval Tinder
I
profile.
have 2 dogs and I love. I don't know.
That's one of his behind the scenes shots. And then Connor I almost put in a shot from Highlander 2 because it's bad.
Just old the old man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Connor always
That's pretty
makes
good.
Weird faces.
Wait. What are you doing here? Are we actually gonna all pick who we think is the winner out of all of this discussion?
I mean, I think
Nightcrawler.
if you look at the line there, it's kind of obvious, right?
Oh
Nightcrawler.
man.
Yeah. Nightcrawler.
I'm sorry, Sam. I don't know if Uhtred can hold up to teleporting blue.
Yeah, I think
circus
Nightcrawler.
guys with 3 swords.
Nightcrawler's teleporting. I think.
Look,
Geralt
guys,
could fight
I
him.
didn't
Nightcrawler
expect to
couldn't-
win
To see how
because I
scared
didn't know this was
Nightcrawler
a
is
contest.
there of Josh in that picture.
Okay.
So I think
That
Josh
is me.
ultimately the winner.
Okay.
Yeah, that is me.
No.
So real talk
Wait.
though.
This
Go ahead.
is my topic. So everybody gets 30 seconds. Everybody gets 30 seconds to run through who their top pick is, starting with Chris.
Connor, because there can be only one.
Okay, there can only be one. Damn it, you made the reel. That's not fair. Okay, Thomas.
Shoot. All right, so this isn't 30 seconds isn't enough because I have like counterpoints to all of them.
Okay,
Geralt could
25
definitely
seconds.
Geralt could definitely take
20
Nightcrawler because
seconds.
he's used to teleporting people. Honestly,
Oh,
I think it's
true.
going to be Connor also because like nobody's going to know to go for the head.
Okay.
Like so, like they'll stab him and he's like, "Great, thanks." Anyways, and then kill them back.
But look at
Okay.
Link there. He's so.
I mean, Link's just.
He's got something
Okay.
up his sleeve
Don't get me
there.
wrong. I think Link is definitely going to hold his own and be one of the last 2 standing, at least half the time. But I think Connor's got it on that point alone.
I'm gonna actually go the other way, and I'm gonna probably have to go with Nightcrawler on this, because if he teleports around a whole bunch, eventually he's probably gonna cut his head off, right? And so if Connor can get the lucky hit, before then, but how many times does Nightcrawler chop at him before he gets the lucky hit, right?
Don't forget the mind reading.
Oh, mind reading. That's true.
Yeah, Connor's going to be able to just like, all right, well, I didn't know where you're going to be because I can hear what you're thinking.
Okay.
Maybe.
Fine.
Look how pretty.
Fine.
There. Everybody just stops in his tracks, like, "Ooh,
Fine.
you're
Okay. Yeah. No. Connor will be like, "God damn! Look at that hair! I can't kill him." And then Uhtred just like decapitates him. Okay,
Exactly.
Josh, what you got?
It's going to be Nightcrawler, and I'll tell you why. And it's because before Nightcrawler pulls out any tricks in his arsenal that his character abilities have, he's still a pretty substantial swordsman and gymnast. Like that's his thing. And as far as not thinking about taking with the heads, that's forgetting my earlier point, where he's solely known for taking someone's head off and teleporting it in a fight.
Okay,
Like,
that's fair.
yeah.
That is fair.
I think without time to prepare, Nightcrawler takes everyone because he just has a more vast arsenal. Whereas no one knows Nightcrawler. None of these other guys know Nightcrawler, know what he's capable of. Garrett only teleports when a woman teleports him to an orgy somewhere. So,
Or in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
or in the middle, right? Exactly.
Okay,
So
there's-
that's my pick, Nightcrawler. There it is.
There's Warbear. Sam, what you got?
I honestly kind of just want to pick Geralt because I feel like I've betrayed him by not choosing him as my character.
I feel that. I feel that a lot, and I agree with the sentiment.
So
Yeah.
Colton first picked Achilles, and I was
I
like,
did pick
"Are you
Achilles.
sure?" So-
Well, but like he can't necessarily be hurt, so it's
right,
like
yeah. Achilles is
well,
a good choice. Yeah.
But
Somebody
he's not
trips
as...
him out, accidentally
don't
hits
know.
his ankle, and he falls down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. I mean, like, how many times does Geralt stab at Achilles before he hits him in the ankle and Achilles falls over dead? I don't know. But as far as a better swordsman, I think Geralt might be able to take him. But once he makes contact, then it doesn't do any damage. I don't know. It got very hairy there. I wasn't sure where to go. I ended on Geralt because I like him more.
Yeah.
Continue.
I'm playing in my head whether I think Geralt could take Achilles or not. I'm
don't
leaning towards
know.
Geralt. I'm leaning towards
I don't
Geralt
think
because
so.
in the movie, if we're going for Brad Pitt's Achilles, then
Yeah, that's a
he's
hard
not really
lose
immortal.
part.
You don't know if he's actually immortal. He just happens to get shot by 2 or 3 arrows in the chest, and then pulls them out, and then one stays in his heel.
His
Sure.
tricksies.
So
Sure.
I think Geralt would probably try. I'm not saying he wouldn't put up a good fight because his sword and his spear and shield techniques are just beautiful.
Yes.
And he's got the confidence of a lion. But Geralt knows what he's doing, and I think he'd
Right.
eventually triumph in the end. And that's not even saying he hasn't used his potions. You know what I mean?
Well, and-
if he's
and
fighting
this-
Achilles and he amps up, there's no stopping him.
Well, and
Right.
here's the question, because like Chris specifically did Connor from the first one. So if you do Achilles
Sure.
from Greek history,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, then
probably
definitely.
Geralt will.
Yeah,
yeah, like
yeah.
Geralt is toast. But if you go from the
Right.
movie where he's a little kind of less godlike, shall we say, than Geralt
I
might
think
win.
between Achilles and Geralt, there's only one real way to settle that, and I think that's Brad Pitt and Henry Cavill will have to do some oil wrestling.
Exactly.
You know,
Turkish style.
the old Greek way, yeah, Turkish Greek way, yeah.
Yeah. A little inflatable tub. Yep.
Sure,
Yep,
sure.
inflatable
Tub. What the hell?
Yeah.
It's a little grease
Okay.
tub, yeah.
All right, I don't know.
Yeah,
The
audience.
chips have fallen, and I think
they
we ended. What did we end on? 3 or 4 for Connor. Right?
Nightcrawler. It's all Nightcrawler.
I think everyone picked Connor.
So
I
think
we
everybody
got
picked Nightcrawler.
Sorry. Oh my gosh, 5. There's
I
5
think-
of us.
I think
can't do math.
I
Math is hard.
think everyone picked different, but I think I made the best case for Nightcrawler, supported by you in the end, and that's why I win.
I think
Warbear, you must know that I support everybody in this moment because I see all of the points.
that is right. So audience,
That's a lot of mead that's gone out of that glass.
Yeah.
It's gone. It's gone.
It's
I am thoroughly enjoying myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're having a
I
toast
like it.
time.
I think we're just got to get Colton drunk on every show.
I
He's
know.
alive right now.
Gotta give him a bottle. Jesus.
So audience, what's your pick? Can you add, if you have someone to add them to in the comments below.
Let us
If
know
I
in the
can
comments,
talk right.
yeah.
Any of them.
And between these, if
Anybody.
you have a pick between any of them, let us know as well. So yeah, let's go back to all of us. Hold on. Thompson,
I'm
you got
changing
it?
my pick to Juggernaut with a sword.
No. Wait, that's funny. I actually
Wait, no, hold on.
almost-
If we're doing over the top, then I pick
Planet
Starsaber from
Hulk?
Transformers because he's a planet with a sword. And technically, that makes him a
Okay,
swordsman.
Everybody
giant
throw
fucking
out
nerd.
their favorite.
Ah! I almost went the whole episode without saying the F word. Damn.
Gotcha, bitch.
So close.
Sorry.
Bleep
Oh,
him
no.
out.
So
No. Yeah, I considered like an elite with a energy sword for a minute. I was like, they could go invisible.
I
And they
was
can
going over
lunge
the top.
like crazy.
I was
I
going over the top of
considered
something. I was like, well,
If-
I go with Unicron.
it. Okay.
Unicron, yeah.
Some media
The
has it with
thing,
a sword.
why a
What?
covenant wouldn't win, there's a reason why the covenant wouldn't win with a sword. And that's whoever the covenant was fighting, Master Chief would still come in and headbutt him to hell.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You'd
How
still kill
about this just popped in Optimus Prime with a sword. What
He
is
uses an
anybody
axe and
gonna
not a
do?
sword.
What is anybody
Yeah.
gonna do against Optimus? Come on.
well,
That's the same thing as Juggernaut with a sword. Like if you
Yeah.
pick Hulk from Planet Hulk, that probably is the top tier. Could never be killed by anyone. It is
Wait.
Planet Hulk.
Wait. Planet Hulk. Does he have a sword in that? I have
He
no
uses-
idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
guys.
Well,
Okay, wait,
this is a
You
whole
need to
other
go
thing.
educate
Wait.
this man.
I'm gonna give you another trade
Hold on.
paperback.
yeah, we
Here
might
is
take
my
that one offline,
nerdy,
'cause we're
and
already at
here is
another
your
hour.
guys' nerdy.
Or over
Yeah.
an
You're
hour.
far nerdier.
So
I'll
Continue.
hook you up.
So,
Don't you worry.
Before we go to that, let's do a quick outro for everybody, and again, thank our special guest Sam for joining us today. And
Thanks for
excited
joining
to
the madness,
see
Sam.
Thank you for
excited
having
to
me.
see the comments.
Thanks,
below.
Sam.
I'm very happy you joined us with Uhtred.
So real quick, let's do again. Where can we find everybody? Josh, you're down in the corner. You start first.
Joshua Warbear, you can find me at on Instagram at Dark Archer Design with underscores between the words. On Facebook, you can find me at Joshua, just searching Joshua Von Warbear. And then go over to my very outdated website, darkarcherdesign.com.
And OnlyFans.
That's it. OnlyFans, yep. I'm not even going to say the title. I was going to, but
Everybody
too
knows.
gross. Everybody knows. Come on.
All right, Sam, you're up.
Yeah, so actually, I just created an Instagram and Twitter account for my
Oh, cool.
channel, so it's
Nice.
all under the same name, Sam Fiction and Fantasy Fun. So you can find me on those social medias, but because it's new, there's not really a lot on there at the moment. And
Hey, we'll start
honestly,
somewhere.
I don't know how often I'm gonna post on there, but you can catch new podcast episodes every Saturday, and I try to upload other videos to my channel as well, but that's been less frequent recently. But I'm working on
So
it.
we'll put all those links below as well.
I will
Thank
go
you.
follow immediately.
Yes,
Thank
same. Colton, you're up.
Copperthorn Customs
Look
on.
at that fancy banner in the background. There.
I know. Look,
Look
at
at
that.
it.
I made that last
That's
night.
nice. Look at that.
I can't.
That's a
point at
handsome
it.
banner.
Yeah.
It's a handsome banner.
That's
Look
a
at that.
handsome banner. Look at that.
That's a
That's
I'm
good.
trying to do the arc.
Yeah.
That's a fine banner, son.
God damn it! Let me talk.
Ooh. That mead. That's
That
got
mead
real
is
ham.
amazing. I can't
Isn't
believe
it?
I finished that whole bottle already.
Yeah.
It shouldn't
we
be
can.
hitting me as hard as it is, but I don't know if I've eaten anything today either. So
Oh, well,
Yeah,
that'll
so
do
that
it.
explains a lot.
It's time to go to Chili's. Let's go to
Yep.
Chili's.
meet me at Chili's. 20 minutes.
Let's do it. All right.
It's a what is it? What is the joke? Hair past a freckle? I don't remember. Okay, so
What's going on?
I am loving Drunk Colton. Drunk Colton is my power animal.
okay, Copperthorn Customs, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all of the things, or just Sterling Armory as well. I'm on there. Sorry, everybody. I am pretty lit. Continue to Thomas.
Don't apologies.
Yeah, Thomas, you're up.
You can't find me. I don't exist on social
Thomas
media.
is only.
God damn it, he just disappeared.
Yeah, it's just can't see me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But his home address is 9520 South.
Wow, you got it right in the first guess. But if you do need to get a hold of me, you can always message the Sterling Armory group. I do check it somewhat frequently, along with Chris. I usually just tell him, "Hey, there's a new message," and let him do all the actual talking.
Hi, I'm Thomas.
Oh, you're
Hey, I'm
just
Thomas.
like him.
Yeah, it's the same person.
Yeah. And then I'm Chris. So you can find me all the Sterling Armory stuff. We also our Sterling Armory Instagram is also new. So Sam, we just started that as well. So we get that. I think ours Instagram is only like a month old or 2 months old.
We have an
And,
Instagram?
We do, yeah. And then I think everybody here has one now. So, but yeah, so Thomas and I, Sterling Armory, on Facebook. Don't go to the website because it's still under construction. It has been under construction for 15 years. So, if you know how to do website design and want to help us, please do. Yeah, thanks everybody for joining us for this fun talk. And again, a special thanks to Sam. And make sure to catch her podcast every Saturday. So anything else, guys? Any closing remarks? Did anybody think of anything? What are you laughing about, Josh?
Hey,
It's time for,
Hey,
Colton's
wait,
got the
wait.
outro today.
Colton thought of
Keep-
something for his last
keep
thing.
your goddamn peens clean.
That's
So for
it.
all you sword makers out there, we have
That's
to
the most
fill
forceful
Sam
one.
on what that actually means.
Yeah, I
So-
don't know what that means.
Oh my
That actually
gosh,
makes it
yes,
better.
that makes it so much better. A peen is Chris.
On the end of a
take
sword.
it away.
Yeah. So on the end of the sword,
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure it's not what I think it is.
No,
It is
no.
not.
Hey Sam, do you want to
So-
see Chris's peens?
Oh, no, that's the
HR.
road I didn't want. That's the pathway to the dark
HR
side.
into this.
so
Yeah.
on a sword, the way you put the handle on is the end of the blade comes through, and then you hit it with a ball peen hammer, and it peens it over. So it's called a peen, and that's what keeps your sword together. And you have to do it cleanly, or you'll have
It
a bad
looks like
handle.
shit.
Or you're a
Yeah.
bastard. Yeah.
So,
No, you
Or
know.
you're a bastard sword.
so Josh came up with a very good outro on our very
Good one.
first sword talk, which was "Keep your peens clean," talking about making swords, and it's stuck. So that seems to be our outro. So
What
yeah,
the hell is Colton doing?
I was pointing at my bastard sword.
At this point, I'm not watching any of you guys. I'm just watching Colton.
yeah.
He's touching his banner and his
I
sword.
look
going,
over there and I see what he's doing. I'm just like,
Sorry,
the
everybody.
hell? Oh man.
Alrighty.
Well, yeah,
thanks.
sorry.
Ignore the person in the
Yeah.
corner.
Can someone close this out? 'Cause I'm still
All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us again.
Yep.
Another sword talk.
Yeah.
We are the gaggling bunch of idiots that
yeah.
drink a bit too
Sam,
much.
hopefully we
Baby.
didn't scare you away. Hopefully you come back.
Oh yeah, hopefully you
Yep.
come back. I am sorry. I have
No,
been very
I've
guys-
laughed
aggressively
so
loud.
much.
Good.
You guys remember, tell us who you think you won and why was
Yeah.
it Nightcrawler? So,
All
I'm just
right.
gonna. Everyone's in the comments gonna be like, "Well, we didn't get a link win." So
Oh my gosh.
Oh
you
wait, my honorable mention. My first choice was who I wanted to pick, but I decided would not be fair. Was Let Me Solo Her from Elden Ring,
Yes.
because that guy beats everyone and everything, no
Does.
matter how hard it is. No one stands a chance except for Nightcrawler, who teleports,
I don't know.
and it's not magic.
Hey, no, there's so many picks that just blow away everybody else. So,
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
We'd have
Let
to
the
go into
audience tell
anime
us
though.
what they want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We go into
Yeah.
anime, we go into
Because
crazy
we're signing off.
fantasy. What do you do? Take it away,
All right.
Chris. 120 minutes.
Exactly. Yep. And it's still ticking.
That's not right. An hour and 20 minutes. Math is hard.
Thanks everybody for tuning in, and catch us next time on our sword talk. we will see you guys soon.
All right. Night, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Everybody.